Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's MCA39 and welcome to my computer. This is kind of weird because it's like, who expected my computer background to be this at first? I don't know. I never changed my background. But anyway, welcome to my computer and welcome to this video. I'm going to be showing you guys two different ways in general. I'm going to be showing you two different ways to edit videos because a lot of you guys have been asking me how I edit my videos. So I'm like, you know what, why not? I'm going to show you two ways to edit videos because I don't want to show you one way because that just sounds, I don't know, maybe one way you can't do one way or you don't have a program or I don't know, something can happen. So the first easy way of editing a video is using Movie Maker. Like, that's the program. And by the way, I'll leave links to everything in the description, so make sure to check out the description if you want links to anything. But we're gonna edit a video with Movie Maker. So you load it up, and as you can see, this is the basic template of it. Here we have a screen over here on this side, which is gonna be the screen that we watch all our edits, and then all our edits is gonna happen pretty much on this side. And this, you can drag this and then make the screen bigger and stuff and make it wide. I don't know, it's weird. At the top here we have this is our home menu. We'll go over a few things here. We have animations, which if you don't know what those are, I will show you that. Also visual effects, project, view, everything I will show you. And then there's also another edit thing. But to import our video and to put our video in here, we can either click on this open area or we can go up here and click add videos and photos. And now we want to add our actual gameplay up here. So we click this, and then I played Hunger Games a little while ago, so usually it'll actually like render out and have like a little time thing going, pretty much just showing like how much time is left, and it'll take a while depending on how good your computer is. But anyway, as soon as it imports, it'll look like this. So as you can see, pretty much the entire video, like it looks like, is here all the way on the side. This is what it essentially looks like, our entire gameplay. It's okay that it is one picture. It looks like one picture all the way around. That's okay, because if we click this and we just drag it all the way down, or we can go over on this side and then like look, you see the gameplay's working. This is what I recorded with. I recorded on Elgato. Once again, all the links and stuff blah 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 will be in the description. So we're playing Hunger Games in this game. So say I want the game, because you can see I'm messing with like settings and stuff here in the actual gameplay part of it. So I want the game to start about here, like right at this point. So the 49-second mark is where I want to start it. So I'm gonna double click on this, and then at the top you'll see an edit tab appear, and then there's a whole list of editing stuff that you can do. But anyway, I'm gonna go to the trim tool, and then from here I can either at the bottom drag these little bars at the end. So this is like the beginning bar. I could drag it over all the way to where it says over here. I could drag it to where it says 49 seconds, but it's a little bit off sometimes. So at the top here, I could just type in 49 seconds and then click enter, save, and then so you can see this is the beginning of it. It'll start off right where we wanted it to start off, where I flicked the lever. And now what I want to do, say I want to like make it just so that if somebody's like watching this on YouTube or something, like this video, if I decide to upload this video to YouTube, and you know, I want it to start up kind of nice. So what I do, I gotta click on this video, I gotta make sure that I have it highlighted, and then I go up to animations, the tab, and there's a small list of animations that I can do. Like this is a simple one, so as you can see, it'll start off like a black sort of fade thing. Looks pretty cool. For the actual gameplay part of it, I actually don't have like game commentary on it, depending on the way you record your commentary. So if you record using Elgato like completely, there is a way that you can record and then your commentary will actually be in the video itself, and then you have no worries with that. But if you want to have something like Audacity, which is another program that you use and you sync up, which is another whole entire thing, a little bit more complicated than just using Elgato. But if you have that, then the way you do it, you pretty much just want to add music. So anyway, any type of audio, commentary, anything that you want to add into your video, you want to click up here. Say I want to add actual music to this though. I do want to make it nice. So I'm going to go up here, click add music, and then the way I have like a bunch of music like everything. I'm just gonna add this music. All the links to where I get my music and stuff are in the description. So as you can see, it started off at the beginning, and then there's some nice sweet music, blah 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 blah. Anyway, so pretty much the entire gameplay of this is kind of boring, except for the exciting parts. You know, it's Hunger Games. I'm just getting chests and stuff. And as you can see, so the green like thing that came up is the audio or the music, and as you can see, it kind of dies down here because that's the actual end of it. So what I can do, I want to add more music to it. I could add music at current point, which is like at this point it'll add the music. But if I click add music and then say, I don't know what I want to do, I want to add this music, it'll actually add it after the entire song, because sometimes some songs have this little weird break in it where there's like nothing, but it still counts as time on the song. So this looks like a place where I actually managed to kill somebody right here. So what I want to do, this is another thing. So I killed him. So say I want to add something cool, I could add a caption right where I killed him. So I'm gonna click this, the caption button, and I gotta make sure it's in the home section of it. And then down here you can see that a little caption, it says enter text here. So I'm gonna text in something like, I killed someone, exclamation mark. Now what I can do, I can actually highlight this, and then up here is a size thing. So this is like the size measures of it. So it's at 24. I want to make it big, so it's at 72 now. So I killed somebody's big font. And speaking of fonts, you could also change the font here and make it look better. I don't know, you can choose it. There's like a whole list of fonts here. Make it bold, make it whatever you want it to be. And then over here is the time duration of it, so how long the sign wants. So I want it to be 3 seconds long. So as you can see, it'll go for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. About that was good enough. And then what you can do here also, you double click on this again, and then over here is kind of like animations of it, or ways you want it to go through. So like literally you could just click on any one of these. So as you can see, it just flies in like that, and then it fades away afterwards. So it's pretty cool. This is kind of like fast editing, and this is very simple editing. And I think that if you're starting off, I think Movie Maker is something good to start off with, definitely. And it's something that, you know, I started off with for like months and months and months. But anyway, this is the final battle, and I ended up winning. So I'm gonna put another caption here one more time. I'll just have it 2 seconds long, and then that's pretty much it. And I could add music up here, blah 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 blah. I don't know. I'll just. Oh, that was a sound effect. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know, but you get the point of it. You get the gist of it, pretty much. So you want to make sure that you actually do save this project as well. So you want to save it to wherever you're going to save it. Save it as, I don't know, whatever name you want it to be. And then what you want to do to actually save it as an MP4, which is what you use to like upload to YouTube and stuff like that. You want to go up to the top left corner where it says file. You click save movie, and then save for computer. And then you want to make sure that you save it at the right point, and then you want to save it as whatever it is. So I'm going to save it as, I don't know, whatever. Save it as whatever you want. Whatever the name of the video is, you click enter, and then this is what's considered rendering, and it takes a little bit of time to actually render out this video, is what they call it. But then after that, it pretty much becomes an MP4. So that's the simple gist of Movie Maker. But guys, I'm going to show you the other way I do it, the way I do it for Premiere Pro, the simple version of how to edit a video on Premiere Pro. So to edit a video on Premiere Pro, first you want to, after downloading Premiere Pro and opening it up, you want to make a new project and then name it whatever you want to name it, and welcome to Premiere Pro, pretty much. This is essentially what Premiere Pro looks like. Now keep in mind, it will probably look differently than what mine is set up as, and that's because all these different boxes and stuff can be placed in different places. But I will pretty much go over the basics of how to edit a video on Premiere Pro. So over here on the project side, wherever your project is, you want to double tap into wherever your video is going to be. So I have my video of the Hunger Games. We're going to edit the same thing, the Hunger Games here, and then pretty much it'll import. And in this project section, this is where anything in the editing process is going to be. So literally my music, it's going to be there too. Absolutely everything is going to be in this section. So over here is our source. So what we can do, we can actually click and drag our gameplay on it, and where we want the game to start is about the 49-second mark, if you remember, was the same place where we started last time. So this dial we can change, and we just gotta wait until it says 40 this is about where we want to start. So to make it start, we want to click the I button, literally like the letter I on our computer. We want to click, and then over here, drag video only. I'm going to drag this, click and drag into what's called our sequence over here. And as you can see, this sequence over here, pretty much what the sequence is everything that's going to be edited. This is where the real editing happens. This is the real deal. And as you can see, a bunch of other stuff also opened up over here too. So it may look a little bit scary looking at all of these different gadgets and stuff over here as soon as it opens up, but it honestly is not hard. So at the top here we have our video. So V3, V1, V2, V3 is our video. And if we were to drag in this is our music, we can drag it straight into our sequence right here. It'll go on the bottom as green. So it actually looks different than the video here. So this is our audio 1, audio 2, audio 3, but we only have one audio, which is our music. As you can see, it does play as we go through. But the reason why we have video 1, video 2, and video 3, and this is very different compared to Movie Maker, is because we can actually add what's called layers. And what layers are, for example, Game Start is a little image that I brought up, and I got this off of cooltext.com, no sponsor needed or anything like that. I'll leave the links in the description. It's a cool image generator for text. So what I can do, to the point where the game actually starts, rather than having to type in a little caption using only a small, really boring select amount of fonts, I could use the font that I choose. And after dragging it on here, it'll look pink. So this is pretty much our picture. I can drag this anywhere on the video part. What I need to make sure of though is that it is above, like compared to the video, the blue's the video, I need to make sure that it is above that video. Because if the video is above the text, then I won't be able to see the text. Because I'm only going to be able to see whatever's on the top. The text is actually transparent, so as you can see, it's only the actual lettering that you actually see, so not any of the black background. So that's why I'm able to only see the lettering Game Start right here. I can click on this and go up here into the effect controls, click on it again, and there's a lot of effects just on the lettering alone that I can do. So for example, if I double click this, I can drag the Game Start around. I can make it really big, I can make it really small. No matter how big I want it to be, I'm just going to say it's going to be right there. And over here on this side I have my effects. So video transitions, down here there's so many folders on different transitions and so many different effects. But I'm going to use a simple effect, so a push effect. Pretty much what I have to do is click and drag this to in front of the picture. Now you can see that a little square came up on the picture in our sequence. So what we can do at the bottom here is actually a way of dragging. So as you can see, if I drag it all the way to the right, it goes further on into the video. And these things at the side actually make it zoom in. So I can actually zoom into our little sequence if I want to do tiny editing things. This is the transition that we brought in. It's at the beginning of our text. So as you can see, it'll just go in, and over here it'll actually drag in to the actual video. And then I could do the same thing at the end of the text too, which is pretty cool, so that it will actually drag away from the screen, which is pretty cool too. And I can also, clicking on the little effect transition, I could change the direction that I want the font to come in on. So as you can see, I choose north to south, so now it'll come in from the top. I can also change, what I can do is actually drag the ends of the transition. And as you can see, I'm making it shorter like this. And what it does, it makes it actually go by faster, which is pretty cool. And I can do the same thing technically, like by dragging the ends of anything too. So if I was to drag the end of this video, for example, drag it over here, it will actually shorten the video and almost cut the video actually. It actually will cut the video. I actually end up cutting the video right here when I drag it, and it actually starts at a different point. So after adding more transitions and pretty much exploring with the transitions and effects here, I pretty much now know that I want to do pretty much essentially the same sort of editing I did on Movie Maker, but of course make it a bit better. On top here is a little bar. I could actually drag this a lot, and I could also go up here too and drag to wherever the point was. Remember how I typed in someone died on the video too on Movie Maker? I can do the exact same thing pretty much. So here's about where somebody died at. So Also the music, I can still also add music too, and I will actually go over that. So about here is where I start to kill somebody. So I'm going after him right now in the actual gameplay of it. Then I kill him right here. So I made another text actually saying someone died. Really actually a cool text, by the way. So I just drag it on right at the point where I want it, and then I can double click on this, make it bigger right there. And lucky enough, I also do have a sound effect as well, which I can do. I can drag in. Now, since the sound effect isn't audio, I drag it down below, and I'm actually going to drag it right there. So, as you can see, when I play it in the actual gameplay, it'll go as soon as I kill him. It'll make the actual sound effect, which is pretty beast. Here's where the music ended before. I can literally do the exact same thing, just drag it on. It's so simple, honestly. I don't really have to click that many, like, oh, import button, like, oh, I don't have to do anything crazy like that. It's actually very simple, the stuff that you can do on here. So this is where I won, right? And I want to actually go over something, a little bit of an effect that I want to show you guys, because this is Premiere Pro, and there are really cool things that you can do. So this is the point where I won, right? And I have the text on here. So I'm going to show you something called keyframes real quick. This is a little tiny effect. I'm like, you know what, why not? It's a little bit advanced, but I'm going to show it to you. So pretty much, if I go up here, so I got to click down here, I'm going to click on the little text. Up here, I want to go up to where it says effect controls, then go down to where it says motion, click the arrow, and here where it says position, I'm going to click on this button. As you can see, it makes this little tiny thing right here. So what I can do, I literally like tap on the arrow on my keyboard, and as you can see, it just it moves just barely. But what I want to do is actually change, since I am at a new point, I'm not at the point before, I'm going to change the position of this from 640 pixels, horizontal I think, to maybe 680 pixels. And as you can see, if you notice over here, it actually changes the position. Now what I want to do is go back here, click the arrow again so it moves. It's so hard to see, but I'm going to change it back to 640, and if you look over on this side, when I click enter, it actually moves. Now what I'm doing, I'm pretty much just going to repeat this process over and over and over again. Just keep going back and forth as much as I want to, pretty much. And it keeps making little things called keyframes over here. Now you are going to see, and those of you guys who are probably familiar with my videos probably know that I do this a lot with text too. It is actually something pretty cool to do, and it can be used really well too. And it's just this back and forth effects. So we're using the keyframes here. As it goes through, over here you can see slow motion. It'll actually just go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So in real motion, if you look over on the screen, it actually does this really beast effect that looks like this. Like, I mean, that's just a small version of it, but it's pretty cool. I think that's something that I was like, you know what, why not? This is Premiere Pro. I'm going to show you some of the unique stuff on Premiere Pro. But that's pretty much it. One thing I want to make sure that you know of too. So say about here is the end of the video. So I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to like drag the end of it. Even though I'm ending the video right here, you can probably notice that other parts of the video, I'm using this thing by the way at the bottom. Other parts of the video go on longer than where I want it to end. So I want to actually cut this off all the way over here. Another way of cutting it off, rather than using this, is actually going over here on this side to the toolbox and using what's called the laser tool. And what this does, pretty much over here, I want to click this, and it actually cuts it to where I click, pretty much where I click on it. So if I click on it right there, you can see it makes that little incision. I gotta go back to this selection tool though, I gotta remember that. Go over here and delete this, and that's pretty much it. I can drag a little effect on at the end, so as you can see it kind of just fades away at the end, and then that's pretty much it. It'll stop on its own. But as you can see, that's pretty simple. This is very, very simple editing though on Premiere Pro. I do want to mention, and this is this is how to edit simply on Premiere Pro. Remember, you can also add audio of commentary as well on here. But I think the best part about Premiere Pro compared to Movie Maker is that the fact that you can actually add layers on here. And as you can see, I did actually just drag this up here because I keep doing things that I forget to explain. But I did just drag this. I can honestly like drag around things like everywhere, and it is pretty cool. But I can add so many layers of, you know, pictures, on here as well. You know, I can do so many things, and also I can add more than one audio and have sound effects too, and that's something you couldn't really do on Movie Maker. So I think Premiere Pro is really cool in that sense. When I go to save it, what I want to do is go up to the file part and then go down to where it says export and then click export media. Now what I want to do, this is very important, I want to make sure that up here the format of it is H.264. just have it that way, and this is very important. Just make sure it is H.264. Make sure you click here to make sure where you know you're saving it, and then you click export, and this is called rendering. And after that, after the rendering time's done, it can take a little while, but it's okay, so don't be freaked out if it says like rendering time like 30 minutes or rendering time 1 hour even sometimes, but it's okay though. This is pretty much rendering the video, and that's pretty much making it into an MP4 file, and then you can go ahead and upload it to YouTube or wherever, send it to friends, whatever you want to do with it. But that is pretty much going to be the end of this tutorial video for you guys today. I hope you guys did enjoy it, and if it did help you out, I really hope it did, and leave it in the comments if you want to see more, and if it did help you out, or if you have any questions at all. Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos, and also check me out on Twitter. Twitter will be on screen for you to check out as well, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.